As someone who's done over 20 rent-to-rent deals, I want to start all over again and show people that within a week of a newbie's position, what you can achieve. I also want to show you the lows. You're kidding me? It's not looking good. And the highs. Yes! Another viewing booked. All of the in-betweens of this game. Right move, this is where we're... Hi, how you doing?
We're heading to Bristol. Here we are, we're at the first property.
So this week, my plan is to go out and make as many phone calls as I can. Would the landlord be open to a company let on this one? Company let agreement. Do you guys work with company lets? These are real agents. So is it being let as a HMO? And landlords.
It's been empty for 6 months. Yes. And I'm skitch.
So by the end of this video, you should know that if you were to start a rent-to-rent business, exactly what you need to be doing on a daily basis, consistently, to get your first deal. See what we can achieve in 5 days. Let's get to it. First things first, we're gonna load Rightmove. This is where we're going to find leads and speak to agents. So I'm just gonna search. This is the largest town near me. Just press rent. And what you can do is just play around with the filters. But what I wanna search for is larger properties within this area, well, on the outskirts as well, for like a serviced accommodation use. In this video, we're going to look at HMOs and serviced accommodations, but yeah, first I want to dive into SA, which is the Airbnb model. Okay, so let's go 20 miles, want minimum 3 beds, minimum price 1,000. Actually, let's go 2,300, because I'm looking for that sort of spec property, real high end, like a barn. Okay, so we just keep scrolling down. This looks interesting. This looks very interesting. I like the spec. Look at that. Yes, very nice. Detached, plenty of parking, amazing spec. This could be an amazing serviced accommodation. So I'm not specifically looking for a serviced accommodation. I'm just scrolling down the houses. You know, if a HMO pops up, then absolutely. So this looks amazing. Just check the description. Okay, nothing in there about nothing to do with company lets, that's fine. What I want to do now is go over to Airbnb and see if we can find any comparables in Piddle Hinton. So head over to here, Piddle Hinton, press search, and let's just filter down, see if we can find it. Get rid of the rooms, so let's go for 2 beds and up. Zoom in on the town. This looks like a solid comparable. 48 reviews, plenty of parking, a detached barn. Perfect. So let's find the earliest Monday we can check in. That's not available because it's clearly very booked up, which is an amazing sign. Let's go for 2 adults because that should be the baseline nightly price. So 195. We get this property, we can certainly charge more than 195 a night for this. It would sleep a lot more than 4 guests as well. Double the amount of guests. You know, this is an amazing property. The rent looks achievable. Perfect. Let's give them a call and find out. And I'm not going to beat around the bush, I'm just going to get straight to it.
Good afternoon, Mason Town and Country. Rosie speaking. How can I help?
Hi, good afternoon. I'm just on Rightmove. I'm looking at the Long Barn. It's up for 2,500. The property looks amazing. I'll just get straight to it and ask you a question. Would the landlord be open to a company let on this one?
If you're on that one, I would need to broach it with them. It is situated on a working farm, and there are other rental properties on the farm as well. Can I ask the name of your company?
Yeah, so my company's name is... I'm just a small family-run business. We just rent properties long-term through you guys.
And what's your name?
Kenny.
And the number you're calling on today, is that the best contact?
No. So it'd be...
Wonderful. And so it would be a company let?
Yeah, which is me. I'm the sole director.
Okay, and it would be yourself living there?
No, so what we do is rent it out on a short-term basis and a long-term basis.
Cool.
Yeah.
No, short or long.
The spec is amazing. It really lends itself to a high-end, you know, home. It's nice.
Yes, yeah, it's been really well done up. The photos we currently have are a little bit, they're not the best of an exterior one, just because there's a tenant in there at the moment. But it is a very nice property, quite a rural area. But yeah, let me have a speak with our vendor, see if it is something they'd be interested in, and I will get back to you.
Yeah, okay. Can I ask you one more question? So is the tenant just moving out, or?
Yes, they are moving out in the next week or so. So we're just waiting for the property to be vacant before we can arrange viewing.
Okay. And just one more question. Do you guys have any other properties that might lend to itself to this business model?
So the other one we've got of similar spec at the moment is the Old Barn, which is on the same estate at Muston Farm, and that's up for 2,000 per calendar month.
Is that on Rightmove as well?
It is, yeah. We do have a lot of interest in that one at the moment, and I think the vendor would be more swayed to go with a sort of private tenant. But with the long barn, it's been slightly slower interest, I think, due to the higher spec. So he might consider the company let.
Yeah, that's fine. You've got my number. I only live in... So, you know, as soon as a viewing is available, just give me a shout. This week would be great.
I'll run it by them, see if it is something that they would consider, because I don't want to waste your time with a viewing if they're going to turn it down anyhow. So let me speak with them, and I'll be in touch.
Okay, no worries at all. Thank you very much.
Very much. Goodbye.
Cheers. Bye. Boom. See? Not a flat out rejection. Going to speak to the landlord. Not had that much interest, so they might be more open to it. That's very good. Cool. Tick that. Potential viewing in my notes. Good agent as well. We haven't had any flat out rejections yet or any challenging questions, but we'll get there, don't you worry. Some point this week we will have them. Okay, so let's keep going down the list. Let's have a look at this one. We've tried, did we call Fox and Sons? No, I've got to call Fox and Sons. So let's see if they answer now. Let's go with a cold call. No, I've not really looked at this property too much, but I'm just gonna get straight to it. Okay, maybe they're just not working today, being a Monday. This property, Martok is, let's have a look at it. Martok is just off of the A303. Spec's nice. Low maintenance garden. Quite nice as well. Yeah, okay, have a look at the map. I don't want to waste their time if I think, it's not going to work. But there's the 303, okay? And the Holly's Hotel. That is a very, very popular and very high-end spec hotel. Okay, that's exciting. It's available now. It says long term. Let's have a look at the description. Available at no pets or smokers. I'm not a pet and I'm not a smoker. Yeah, let's give him a call.
Good afternoon, Paul Benton, Zoe speaking.
Hi Zoe, how are you doing? My name's Kenny. I'm just looking on Rightmove at a house called Highfield Terrace. It's up for £1,200.
Yeah, okay. How can I help?
I'll get straight to it. Okay, so would the landlord be open to a company let on this one?
Ooh, I would have to check with him. I don't know his kind of stance on him. Who would it be for?
So I'm a small family run business. I'm the only director. We rent to, you know, the spec looks really good and we'd keep it immaculate throughout the whole condition of the tenancy. And we rent to short-term and long-term, whoever's in need of housing. So it could be insurance relocators, Airbnb typically, you know, but with security checks, and it's not like stag do's and hen do's, it's people wanting to visit Martok.
The area for a bit,
Yeah.
No problem. I will have to double check with him, so I honestly don't know. What's the best contact number to get you back on, the one you're on?
No, this one's terrible. Okay. So
What's the best one for you? What was the name again, sorry?
Kenny Pittman.
Lovely. Alright, can you leave it with me? I'll have to get hold of the landlord and just see how he feels about that.
Okay, no worries. Just whilst I've got you on the phone, do you have any other properties that might lend itself to this business model?
I will check with Kat, who's our lettings manager, because she knows the properties much better and which landlords might be up for that kind of thing. She's out on an appointment at the moment, so as soon as she goes back into the office, she's due back late afternoon. I'll have a chat with her and see if she knows.
Okay, if I leave you my email, so it's, if you have any properties that you think, you know, this, you know...
Does it matter what size or any kind of property?
Three beds and up, it can be student HMOs, it can be, it needs a little bit of a refurb, we will offer a free refurb, but typically, yeah, a nice spec that the landlord's a bit more open-minded, you know, been messed about by tenants in the past and kind of wants to explore different options. That's where we tend to sit.
Okay, alright, interesting. Alright, leave it with me, I'll see what I can find out.
Alright, thank you very much.
Bye.
Cheers, bye. Another potential. Okay, so we've done 4 calls so far. Okay, so called, yeah, left it with them. Follow up. Call back Monday, we've got a follow up. Going to speak to manager, another follow up. Perfect. What we will be doing at the end of the week is populating all of this into a spreadsheet that we can monitor, or you could have your VA go on and monitor. Okay, this property looks cool. Let's have a look. Plenty of parking. Okay, that's better. Yep, new carpet, paint the walls. Kitchen looks okay. I don't like the wood, but yeah, that's workable. Paint the walls. Is that carpet? That's carpet. It's a bit... yeah. Not sure about that, but available now. Large 3-bed. Nothing about company lets. I'm not sure about this one. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at Mir. So let's go over to Airbnb, type in Mir, search. So let's zoom in. Whoa, look at all of the Airbnbs in Mir. That's crazy. And the amount of grief us rent-to-renters get, that we're taking homes from the marketplace and we're destroying the housing market. None of these will be rent-to-renters. Very minimal, because there's not many rent-to-renters operating in my neck of the woods. And this is a tiny town, and that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, let's leave it at 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, nearly 10 houses in this tiny town. Let's have a look. So that was a 3-bed. Let's filter it to 3-bed, one place. This looks pretty stonking by the main picture. 330 a night. I was gonna say it will be quite seasonal because of where it is. Yeah, that's very nice. That's okay. And our house, you could make that look nice. Right in the middle of Mir, right on the 303. But I'm not sure. There's not that many comparables. Let's filter to 2 beds. There's a few more. 145 a night. 121 reviews, so it's busy. This looks nice. Okay, so July looks scattered bookings, mainly towards the weekends. And we got a big booking here. Or it could be a back-to-back booking with somebody else. Again, we don't want to be doing too much due diligence before calling them, because they might just flat out, they might just say no. But this isn't a comparable anyway. That's a very nice house, and it looks nothing like this one, and we can't achieve anywhere near the same spec as that. So it's not comparable. Let's look at this place. This one could be a comparable. Looking at the pictures, even that, yeah, this just, we'd certainly do a better job of that. But the house, 3 reviews, 94 a night. Okay, so I'm just gonna say that's a waste of time. There's not many comparables. You can take it on as a risk, but we look for solid comparables when taking on properties. We don't just take a guess. Okay, let's check out this place. Neutral spec, high maintenance garden. Okay, it's available now. It's kind of those, that bedroom, the 3rd bedroom is always smaller. Nothing to do with company lets. It's Lacey's in Yeovil. Cool, let's give him a call.
Good afternoon, Lacey.
Hi, good afternoon. My name's Kenny. I'm just looking at a property on Rightmove, Allingham Road. It's up for 1300.
Oh, yeah, number 22, yeah.
Okay.
To arrange a viewing on that one.
Well, I'll ask you a question, then it'd be for you to decide. So,
Okay.
would the landlord be open to a company let on this one?
No, we don't do company let.
You don't do company lets?
No, we don't, sorry.
That's all right. That's why I asked you.
Alright, not a problem.
I don't want to waste your time. All right. Thank you very much. Have a good day.
Thanks, and you, bye-bye.
Cheers. Bye. See, they don't do company let. Do not waste their time. If you can hear that they're slightly hesitant, then yeah, definitely explore that. But she said it with confidence, and from experience I know. It's like, nope, we don't do that. It's like, don't prod the bear. They don't do it. If they're like, I don't know, I don't think we do that, then you could explore. You know, you can, okay, could we arrange a viewing and meet face to face and see if it's something you can work with? You want to hear certainty, and I got certainty from that. It's like, no, we don't do that. I don't want to waste their time. I don't want to upset them. I want them to go about their day. They want to get off the phone. They know it's a waste of time. All right, that's it, end of. So Lacey's, in the notes, no company lets. That's it, never call them again. Or call them back in 6 months' time, see if they do it again. See if they start doing it. We are 5 calls in, only 5 calls. But already, I just want to procrastinate. And what I mean by that is I just want to stand up, I want to make a coffee, I want to go speak to some friends, I want to go out, I want to do this, that needs doing. Your mind always tries to pull you back into the comfort zone. You need to be very aware of that and just get straight back on it. Finish the day's phones. Get those 10 phone calls out the way. You feel so much better. One of my mentors said, do the hardest thing of the day first, as soon as possible, because it puts you in such a good mood for the rest of the day. So yeah, straight back on it. Let's finish these calls. Okay, what I want to do now is let's go 40 miles. Yep, minimum 4 beds available now. What I want to do is, let's say we want to search for a HMO. What's this? Before we go any further, this actually looks really cool. Look at that. What if it comes furnished? 5 beds. Riverside location. How much is the rent? The rent is quite cool. Let's find out exactly where this is. Didn't mean to click on this. Okay, near pool, just off the main road. That's cool. Should we see if we can get a viewing? I think I did due diligence on a town called Piddlehinton up here. But this is in Dorset, so the kind of travel market in Dorset is very strong. I'm going to give them a call. It's available now. This looks minimum tenancy 6 months.
Good afternoon, Go to be Glenn speaking.
Hi Glenn, my name's Kenny. I'm just looking at a really cool looking property on Rightmove. It's Aff Puddle, looks like a barn.
Oh, the one for £2,250?
Yeah, that's the one. I'll get straight to it, so I don't want to waste your time. But would the landlord be open to a company let on this one? Which is just me, I'm a sole director.
And then what, you living in it yourself?
No, not living it myself. So the property lends itself to kind of the Airbnb model.
No, they won't. No.
No?
Right. No, I'm afraid they wouldn't, no.
Okay, any particular reason why?
I know we've had it in the past, and the landlord just said no to it in the past, unfortunately. We've had quite a few people that have asked about it.
What, for this property?
Yeah.
Okay.
So they've said no, unfortunately, in the past.
Okay, is it something you guys would work with?
We've tried to do it in the past before, but like I said, it's not down to us, it's down to each landlord, individual landlords, to see if it's something that they would entertain. So I can take like a name and number for you, and if we do come across anybody that is looking for, like say, come to taking it on, then I'll be subletting it for Airbnb purposes and things, then I can let you know.
Yeah, we do student HMOs as well, so guarantee the rent on HMOs. So,
We don't do HMOs here, I'm afraid.
yeah, I didn't think you would. It's just any size property which is lends itself to it. But okay.
So bear with me. Let me just put down. Okay. And what's the company, Kenny?
Just a question, with that half puddle, is that being let as furnished?
It is, yeah.
It's so cool. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's a quirky, different property. Down there, we have got some things taking place this week on it.
Yeah.
That as obviously to be taken as a residential for someone to live in. So with your circumstances, are you looking at any size room, any size property that you do? Or?
Yeah, 3 beds and up really. 2 beds are too small. I'll take a look at anything. I obviously do my due diligence my end, but anything that you think, okay, this landlord is slightly open-minded or they're desperate to get it let, then I'd take a look at it.
Cool. No, that's fine. Do you want me to take an email address for you? Yeah, perfect. Yeah, so if anything comes up that's obviously meets the requirements, we'll let you know.
Yeah, brilliant. Thank you very much.
Right, no worries.
Cheers. Have a good day. My pitch was slightly off. I knew that. For some reason, I just got, I don't know, caught off guard. But there we are. No one's perfect. Live and learn. Don't try and be perfect on these calls. Just call them up. But that's a shame how we just outright assumed the landlord wouldn't be going for it. Comes furnished. I think that's really, really cool, and that would work very, very well. Who knows? Might get a call in a month. Anyway, back to, we were looking for HMOs. So what we want is HMO in the description. This is a 4-bed in Bournemouth. So even though it's a HMO, 4 beds in Bournemouth could work as an SA as well. So always be mindful of that. It's like, just because you're looking for a HMO doesn't mean this will work best as a HMO. It's a 4-bed long term, so it's not licensed for HMO. That is where it's picking up the keyword. So I could call them regarding an SA, but I just want to mix it up a little bit. So let's increase the bedrooms then. Let's go 5 beds and up. Okay, 7-bed in Bristol. Look at the rent. It's crazy, isn't it? 7 beds. Where's this one? Look at the price difference. 5 bathrooms in this one as well. All right, let's just check. Make sure it doesn't say no company lets. It doesn't say anything about that one. It says attention students. It doesn't say students only. So let's give them a call. How are we doing? My name's Kenny. Good afternoon. I'm just looking at a property on Rightmove. It's a 7-bed HMO. It's up for 2,800 in Walpole Road.
Okay, I'm not too sure. Reason being, I've just picked up the lettings team's line just because it was another line at the
Okay, no worries. You might be able to answer my question. I'll get straight to the point. Do you guys work with company lets?
I'm not too sure, if I'm honest with you. Something's telling me no, but I don't want to say no if we do. So I could get, obviously, someone to give you a call back. So it's Lenny.
Kenny, with a K.
Oh, Kenny. Sorry, Kenny.
That's all right.
All right, I'll get that over to the lettings team and get someone to email you. All right?
Okay, great. Thank you very much.
Perfect.
Cheers.
Kenny, speak to you soon.
Bye. Again, no point diving too deep on that. Speaking to the wrong person. 3 more calls and the day is done. Click on this one. Yep, typical student house. Looks great. Perfect. 2K. Let's have a look. Students or sharers, so they haven't said only. Available in September. If it says available in September, don't not call them, because that's when the tenants are moving out and they want to line up new tenants straight away to come in. So just because it says available in September, you're like, oh, that's ages away. Call them. Like, secure the deal now. I've secured deals when it says available in September. I secured the deals in April and signed the contracts. It was a done deal in April. That was my first few deals as well. Okay, so it doesn't say anything about no company lets. Do not call if you're a company let.
Good afternoon, Frost & Co.
Oh yeah, good afternoon. My name's Kenny. I'm just looking at a HMO on Kinton Road. It's up for 2,000.
Okay, yeah, how can I help?
Yeah, I'll just get straight to the point. Do you guys work with company lets, and would the landlord be open to it with this one?
We don't, unfortunately. We've had about the 5th call actually asking that question today on that property.
I'm the 5th call, did you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet you guys get so annoyed with us. I apologise on behalf of everyone.
No, with that one, no, the landlord would have experience before and work out, so
Okay.
wouldn't be suitable. But we do say on all our adverts if it is acceptable
Oh, okay. From my feedback, because I actually, I train this as well. What we tend to look for is if you say in your adverts, do not call if you're a company let, or no company lets, or students and sharers only, then we wouldn't call you. So that might be worth you putting in your future ads if you don't want a company let calling.
Yeah, no comment. I'll take that on board.
Because I did read the description. It says students or sharers, but it doesn't say only. Like,
No, it doesn't. It's ambiguous, isn't it?
all right, yeah. If I seen certainty in there, then I wouldn't have called.
Yeah, of course. Well, you wouldn't waste your time, would you? So.
Yeah.
But that's fine. I'll make a note of that. Thanks for that.
All right, you're welcome. Have a good day.
All right. And you.
Cheers. Bye.
Bye.
Fair enough. Cool. That was Frost & Co. No company lets. I like how he was open to the feedback as well, and he took it on board. How many have we made? I think we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 more to go. Perfect. Available for students. Boom! There we go. Look at that. Available for students, working professionals, or company let. Perfect. Right. So it's a 5-bed. That's not too far away. Like, I know room rates in these areas. That's not too far away. I think we'd have to offer like 2, so £250 less for guaranteed rent. Perfect. It's going to be cool.
Good afternoon, Leaders Promise.
Hi, how you doing? My name's Kenny. I'm just... Sorry. You okay?
Yeah, good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, very well. I'm just looking at this HMO on Shelbourne Road in Bournemouth. I see in the description it says suitable for company lets. So I assume that's still the case?
Yes, that is definitely the case.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah. How can I help? Are you calling from a company? Are you?
I am a company let. Yeah.
What company are you calling from, please?
So I'm the sole director.
Just because I'm referencing stage. Let me just ask my manager. Would you mind giving me 2 seconds?
Yeah, sure.
Hi there, sir. I was just checking with my manager, and the landlord's instructed us to take it off the market actually anyway. So we're not going to be booking in any viewings for that one. So I'm afraid not. Sorry about that.
That's all right. No problems at all.
Sorry, we can't help at this time.
That's all right. Thank you very much.
Thank you for the call.
Cheers. So we have one more call to do. Let's go to a city. Let's choose a random city, which is a bit, I would say, people are going to hit up quite a lot. So let's go Manchester. I just want to show you guys, and hopefully we get that type of agent that is just blunt and very straightforward, takes no prisoners. All right. So let's go for, 3-bed, £1,300. Spec looks nice. We Let Properties. Sounds like a small independent agent. Long term. 12 months. No HMO. We're not looking for a HMO. This is a 3-bed. Available end of July. We Let Properties. Yeah. Read full description. Okay. Please note, doesn't have HMO license and can only rent to a family or couple. Okay. I'm not sure how this call is going to go, but we'll find out. Don't be afraid of calling, guys. It's literally, I'm just sat in my kitchen, drinking coffee, even though it's gone, speaking to people. Don't be afraid to get things wrong.
Good afternoon, We Let Properties, Sam speaking.
Hi, good afternoon. My name's Kenny. I'm just looking at a property on Rightmove. It's Linen Court. It's up for 1,300.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, cool. I'll just get straight to the point on this one, dude. Would the landlord be open to a company let renting this one?
We don't do them as a company, unfortunately, so we're not the best people to help.
That's right. No worries at all. Thank you for your time.
Take care now, mate.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Boom. Just get straight to the point, guys. Because you're new, they appreciate it. So I used to make phone calls when it would be a book a viewing in first and then tell them you're a company let, and that really annoyed the agents, and you waste so much more time on the phone as well. I've spent in total probably 45 minutes to an hour making a day's phone calls worth. 10 calls. That's 10 calls now. I can go about my day. The hard bit mentally is done. Like, I've literally just sat here, just pressing buttons, speaking to people. Probably in total, 15 minutes worth of talking. That's it. Okay, see you tomorrow. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna check my emails to see if any of the agents I called yesterday have sent anything through. So what I'm just gonna do is open up the emails, refresh. Okay, so no emails. What I'm gonna do is just hit out these 10 phone calls like I would normally, like the camera's not even on. So you're literally going to see how I operate on like a daily basis, and this is what you guys should be doing too. So I'm gonna look for HMOs for a minute. Let's go for the ones that are available now. This is a HMO, it's available now. Looks great spec.
Hello, Harborside. How can I help?
Hi, I'm looking at a property on Rightmove. It's on Speedwell Road. It's a HMO up for £4,000.
Yes. Did you need any information about this property?
Would the landlord be open to a company let on this one?
I'm not 100% sure. I know the landlord's had bad experiences with company lets before. before.
Okay, so
You can send us an email, like a little bit about the company, and we can send it over to the landlord.
okay, we can do that. I can send something over, no problem. Do you have any other properties on your books where you think the landlord would be open to a company let whilst I'm in the area?
Not at the moment, I don't think, no.
Okay, that's fine. No worries at all. I'll take your details, I'll send something over and we'll go from there.
Okay, great.
Perfect. Okay, cheers. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
So typically what you want to have at that point is an About Us PDF, like a 4-page PDF that you have made about the services you provide, how you work with agents and landlords, a bit about yourself and why you're starting this business, and that's it really. Send that as opposed to an email, because that's just rubbish. You want to see pictures, you want it to be attractive. Don't take any notice of the price. Sometimes that can put you off. I've had offers accepted £1,000 lower. We've got mentees at the moment. Dan Benstead has a offer out which is £1,400 lower than the asking. So don't let the price put you off. That's not what we're here to look at. We're here to look at the property and would the landlord be open to a company let. That's it really. Cool, so just again looking at the description, see if it says nothing, no company lets. I can't see anything. Okay, cool.
Outlet injury through to Fabio, how can I help you today?
Hey dude, good morning. My name's Kenny. I'm just looking at a HMO on Brook Road, Bristol. It's up for 4,550. A student place.
Sorry, would that be a letting?
Yeah.
For lessons?
Yeah.
You have come through to the central office at the moment, but I'll get a message passed through to the letting team and ask them to give you a ring back in that case.
Yeah, okay. You might be able to answer this question. Do you guys work with company lets?
Unfortunately, I wouldn't be able to confirm myself. I would have to pass that through to our letting team and ourselves and ask them to give you a ring back to let you know.
Yeah, no worries at all. All right, dude.
I apologise.
That's all right.
And is this the best number to contact you on? The one?
No, this one's terrible. What I'll probably do is call you back at some point this week. So
No worries.
yeah, we'll go for that.
No worries.
All right.
All the best then.
Cheers, dude. Bye. We don't want to waste time handing over numbers. You're better off getting back on the phone to them. All I do is look for like fire compliance, clues of the fire compliance. Is it a compliant HMO? So we have fire door hinges here, fire doors, fire blankets here, smoke alarms here. Students only, there we go. Students only. Don't call them, don't waste their time. Local to me, is that a Bristol based? 3 rooms available, okay, yeah, cool.
Hello, okay.
Hi, good morning. My name's Kenny. I'm just looking at a property, and actually, whilst I was calling you, I've noticed, some of the rooms have gone. 3 rooms out of 5. My question is to you guys: do you work with company let? Do you have any properties that might suit that?
No, unfortunately, we're just student let at the moment.
Okay, no worries at all. All right, thank you. Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Wait, love that. Just straight to the point, straight answer. I've got my certainty. We can move on. Produced yesterday. Who's this with? Student property in the banner. All right, this looks a very nice spec there. It's available just in 5 weeks. Student property. Here we go. This is important. Things to note. Only students will be considered for this property. Don't waste your time. Don't call them. There's no point. What you could do is go on their website or go on their other listings and see if they say that in every single listing. When it's open rent, you could just email them. There's no point calling because it's like a nationwide branch and they won't know the answer. So just email and the landlord will receive your email. Okay, this one. This looks cool. Perfect spec. Here's my next phone call.
Hello, it's Netting.
Hi, good morning. My name's Kenny. I'm just looking at a HMO on Station Road. It's up for 2,900. I'm just wondering, would the landlord be open to a company let on this one?
You know, they're not on this one. We've had a few requests actually, but unfortunately, landlord has specified they want to keep it as student this year.
Okay, that's fine. Whilst I got you on the phone, do you have any other properties that may suit where the landlord is a bit more open-minded?
Yeah, I've got a 4-bed, which is in Chiswick Village. That's at 2,400 a month, and they will consider a company let. There are only one at the moment, though.
That's fine. Is it available for viewing this week?
Yeah, let me just have a look. Was there a specific day you had in mind?
Not Friday.
That's all right. Let me have a look. I mean, it could do Thursday morning or afternoon.
Afternoon would be better, yeah.
Ideally, you would want to avoid poor kick-out time around then. I could either do 2:30 or could do 4 o'clock.
We'll go with 4 p.m. if that's all right.
Yeah, of course it is. Do you want me to provisionally book it in and then send you across an email with the details of the property?
Yeah, that'd be great.
If you're still happy to go ahead, do you want to drop me an email back to confirm?
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
Perfect. Now, you've mentioned it's a company let. What is the nature of the company that would be in there?
So we'd be renting to working professionals, individual room basis.
No problem. And are you fairly open to different areas of Bristol, or was it specifically kind of around that Filton, Chiswick area that you're looking?
Nope, I'd look at anything where the landlord's open to company let.
And room-wise, is it sort of, I know a lot of companies have a minimum requirement of 4 bedrooms plus. Is that the situation for you guys as well?
No, I'd say 3 bedroom plus.
And you're looking for a long-term let?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. What I'll do, Kenny, if you're happy for me to, we have several offices across Bristol. So one of our other offices in Bishopston are based on Gloucester Road, and they deal with quite a lot of HMO style properties as well. So it would probably be quite useful for yourself if I send them your details and just let them know that if they have any landlords also considering company let you know.
Yeah, that's absolutely great. Thank you.
Perfect. And in the meantime, I'll get this scheduled for you for Thursday at, you said 4 o'clock, didn't you? Not 2:30?
Yeah, 4 p.m.
Yeah, 4 p.m. And so what will happen, you'll receive an email from me now, automated, confirming the appointment and the property details. And I will send a manual email in addition to that with the link to Rightmove, so it's a quick and easy look for you.
Okay, perfect.
All right, perfect. And I'll get that done now for you.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. Have a good rest of your day.
Have a lovely day.
Cheers. Bye. 4 minutes 55. And that what? We got one viewing provisionally booked in. It's going to happen. I'm going to go on the viewing. And she's going to give my details to other branches across Bristol. That's a win. That is on my 13th phone call. 13 phone calls and I've got a viewing booked. Imagine if they accept my offer and it's going to profit like £700 a month. All we've done is 13 phone calls. This is a numbers game, guys. You need to understand, like, the more calls you make, the more likely you are going to get viewings, the more likely you can put in offers, the more likely they will be accepted. You've got to move fast, professionally and consistently. Here's a key thing you need to know. Get all your calls in between 10 a.m. and 12 and after lunch, and not anytime after 4:30 because they're thinking about going home. That's prime times. If you can't do that, then obviously use the other times, but they are the prime times. And Friday, because everybody's got that Friday feeling. The agents are in a better mood. Let's keep hitting into it. How many beds is this? 6 bed. Not too far off of what we'd need to pay. I just know that from experience. If they're all doubles, and we're looking at around 2.5, depending on the room rates.
Good morning, Overlook. Can I help you?
Hi, good morning. My name's Kenny. I'm just looking at a HMO in Bristol on Nags Head Hill. It's up for 3,200.
Okay, can you provide me the postcode of the property so I can guide you better?
Yep, it's BS5.
It's BS5 Bravo Sierra, right?
Yep, correct.
Okay, let me transfer your call to a relevant person and he will guide you further.
Okay.
Good morning, Homeworld. How may I help you?
Hi, I'm looking at HMO on Nags Head Hill. It's up for 3,200. Just wondering if it's still available.
Yes, sir, it is available.
Okay, can I ask you a question? Would the landlord be open to a company let agreement on this one?
Yes, sir, he is open to that.
Okay, can I grab a viewing? Is that possible?
Sir, when can you come today at 5:30 p.m.?
I can't do today. I can do Thursday afternoon, if that's any good.
Thursday afternoon, can you do Thursday 5:30?
Can you do a little bit sooner, maybe between 4:30 and 5?
So for that I have to talk to the landlord and I can inform you. I just need to ask you a couple of questions so that I can share your profile with the landlord as well.
Okay.
Can I have your name, please?
Yep, it's Kenny Pittman.
And sir, for how long do you want to take this property?
It's all negotiable. Long term would be good. 3 years, 2 years. Yeah, it's all negotiable.
You are going to let the rooms by yourself, right?
Correct, yeah.
Okay. And sir, you are working professional, or you are the owner of this company, or are you employed in this company?
I'm the director of this company, yeah.
That is fine. So you can come to view the property on Thursday evening.
Okay.
The afternoon, actually.
Okay.
Okay, so right after this call, I'm going to drop a text on your WhatsApp, and after that, I will share your profile with the landlord.
Okay.
As soon as I get a response from him, I will send you the full address of the property and the timings of your viewings.
Okay, great. Thank you very much.
Thanks for your time.
Cheers.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye. Another viewing booked. See? That's just 14 phone calls, 2 viewings booked. See, I started 5 years ago. 5 years ago. And people were saying that this tactic, this strategy is dead. I'm being very direct. I'm just getting straight to the point. Would the landlord be open to a company let on this one? And that agent right then just said, yes, they would be. Okay, can I get a viewing booked in? Done. Like, so yes, it's still very much the same as when I started. Nothing has changed. The strategy is still very much alive. Still so the same, guys. It just requires this. Just phone calls, going through rejections, right? Simple as that. And I've received the WhatsApp already. Now I know Thursday I'm pretty stacked out. Running a business but also being a family man. So Thursday morning I got sports day, Jasper's sports day, so I'm gonna absolutely annihilate all of the other dads in the running race. I always do. It's quite funny. Then I got to drive to Bristol to do these 2 viewings. Thursday is pretty much all blocked out anyway. Wednesday afternoon is quite a busy one, so I'm running out of time to squeeze more viewings in. I could do Friday. I don't like traveling on a Friday, so let's try and find a local viewing because I don't really want to drive to a city on a Friday. So let's come back to near my hometown. Palmer Snell. Did we speak to Palmer Snell? Come on. Barely any pictures. Right. Good amount of parking. So let me tell you this. So we have this property here and there is a Premier Inn here on this corner. So Premier Inn have done the research for this town and there's enough nightly stay demand that they invest so much money, crazy amount of money into leasing a property, kitting it all out to build a huge Premier Inn. So they've done the research for us. So an Airbnb would work in this town and it does work in this town very well. We're not just looking for seaside towns, we're looking for strong contractor market. Connells, did I speak to Connells yesterday? Okay, so this is a flat by the looks of it, an apartment, possibly. Viewing is a must. Mid-June, so it's available now. Okay, let's give them a call.
Good afternoon, Ollie of Connells. How can I help?
Hiya, good afternoon. My name's Kenny. I'm just looking at a property on Rightmove, Tristram Close in Yeovil. It's up for
Yeah, of course.
So, just a quick question: would the landlord be open to a company let renting this one, which is me?
What in regards to company let? What is it you actually do?
So it would be available for short-term and long-term lets. So housing contractors that are working in the area, instead of just giving them the opportunity for just the Premier Inn, it would be like a home-from-home basis.
Yeah, of course, of course. I can always ask, so I'll go ahead and ask him.
Yeah, and if you have a thought of, you know, if you've got any other landlords on your books, properties that which they may be open to, then give me a shout.
Yeah, of course, definitely will do.
Okay, cool. Have a good day.
Alright, you too. Thank
Cheers.
you.
Bye. Positive. The whole point of this is to have a healthy pipeline. My minimum standard was needed 1 viewing a week. Any more was a bonus, but I had to have things in the pipeline. Agents to follow up with, things to do. You know, there's nothing worse than when you've got a healthy pipeline, you've made offers, and you're just sat there waiting, thinking, you know, I'm just waiting for the offers to be either accepted or rejected. Don't wait, just rebuild your pipeline. Keep those viewings flowing. That's what my mentees do. So Amar had 3 viewings last week, 3 viewings this week. He's not doing 3 viewings and then just waiting to see if they get rejected or accepted. It's like you keep that pipeline flowing and then something will pay off. That's the way to do it. Not everybody gets their hopes up on their first property that they're viewing. That's not the way to do it. You know, you go on a viewing, it looks amazing, you're really excited, you can't wait, and then boom, rejected. It's like, yeah, this is a numbers game. Get straight back to it.
So what we're going to do now, we're heading to Bristol. I've got a viewing at 4 o'clock. It's an hour and a half drive. Then we've got a viewing at 5 o'clock. Each viewing lasts about 15-20 minutes. You're allowed to get a viewing. I'll show you guys exactly what to look for on the viewings as well, because a lot of people rush the viewings, but when you have an offer accepted, all you will be doing is re-watching that video time and time again. And if you've rushed the viewing and you've rushed that video, you're going to be like, oh, I need a second viewing. Trust me, I've done it a couple times and I would never do it again. So I'll explain exactly and show you what to look for and how to video and do these viewings properly and what questions to ask the agent as well. Here we are, we're at the first property, first viewing. This is a 4-bed potential serviced accommodation. Always arrive 15 minutes early. If you're on time, you're late. Now I'm just going to wait for the estate agent to turn up and we'll show you guys around. Okay, so a few questions. Is it a family living here now?
No, so it's actually professional let already at the moment. The landlord has applied for Article 4 in the area. Just because of the licensing changes, so that if a company let does take it, it's absolutely fine basically for licensing.
Perfect. Okay.
But it will be fine here, original license.
Has it got a helipad in the back, is it?
I think it needs it.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's fairly
garden space down here.
fairly low maintenance. Yeah. Okay.
So this, as mentioned in the email, would be the main living area as such.
Yeah, the communal space.
Area.
So is it being let as a HMO, individual?
No, so in this area it's not a licensable HMO until it's 5 or more
Okay.
unrelated people.
So are they renting to individual?
Yeah,
Tenants?
It's individual people, yeah. So
Yeah.
they've got a bed in here and then they're using it as a group of friends.
Oh, I see.
So they're using it as the living room and a bedroom at the moment, but this effectively would be the 4th bedroom.
Okay, and is it 5 beds and up for HMO regs in Bristol?
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. Okay, so...
Yeah, so licensable is 5 or more, unlicensable is 3 or more.
Yeah, that's fine.
Unlicensable.
It's unlicensable, yeah.
Unlicensable,
Yeah. Okay, what about in terms of a serviced accommodation? Would the landlord be open to that?
In what respect? As in for the
Short-term let, insurance relocators, contractors in and out?
as long as the company let is under your name, that would be the main thing.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So small room in front of you.
Yep.
That was the room I was referring to.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's much smaller than the others.
Yeah, single beds, okay.
Yeah. Second biggest.
Yep, perfect. I mean, all of the walls are great, the carpets are good, nothing really needs replacing, it's just good baseline spec, isn't it?
Yeah.
So,
The thing is, they're not old houses, so generally with these, unless they've been trashed,
yeah.
in which case we would tell landlords they need to do it themselves.
Okay.
It's a pretty new development.
But yeah, what I tend to look for is, you know, the walls damp, the windows, carpets, and it's just an all-round good spec. So the landlord is open to company let. Is he working with any other companies?
Not at the moment, but he is more than happy to let to a company as a long-term let for him. So
Yeah, okay, perfect. Yeah, the reason why I asked if the landlord would be open to, you know, short-term company let, that might be more beneficial for us, for it to work on an individual basis. It still might stack, to be fair, with the 4th bedroom, but with the single.
take less than a 12-month initial.
No, that's absolutely fine. We wouldn't want to be any less than 12 months.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, for us to allow short term.
Oh, so the way it works under the tenancy agreement for a company let through Ocean, the company would always be liable for paying the rent anyway.
Yeah.
So how you choose to situate people is entirely up to you.
Okay, I'll probably spend 24 hours doing the due diligence. By the end of the week,
That's fine.
I'll put an offer in.
So yeah, that viewing went perfect, to be fair. Sounds like the perfect type of landlord we're looking for. The agent is very well and truly on board with company lets. I asked, you heard in the video, I clearly asked, would the landlord be open to us running it as an Airbnb, essentially, as serviced accommodation? And she said,
The company would always be liable for paying the rent anyway.
Yeah.
So how you choose to situate people is entirely up to you.
Okay.
as long as we pay rent, I'm liable to pay rent. As long as you're paying rent, you can do what you like. That's literally what she said. We'll do the due diligence, we'll make an offer. I'll show you guys exactly what I'm going to do, and then we'll go from there. So we've arrived 20 minutes early, but the agent has just messaged to say the landlord can't do the viewing until 5:40. I didn't even realise the viewing was with Don't even realise that the viewing was directly with the landlord. But this is the property. It looks a little bit run down. I can't remember what it looked like on Rightmove because I've seen so many properties and called so many agents. We'll go for a walk. We'll come back at 5:40 and check it out.
All right. Who are you? Penny.
Penny, okay.
Yeah.
Basically, the house has all been done up. New rooms, everything, yeah?
Yeah.
How many bedrooms was it?
6.
So
Has it got an HMO license?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a nice spec. Yeah.
The garden needs a good. The garden does need a good clean, right?
Yeah, that's fine.
And the front door is changing as well.
Okay, how many bedrooms? 6? Is it
Yeah.
licensed for 6?
Yeah. License for 6, right? So that's the one. You got that, yeah?
Yep.
Shower room, 2 shower rooms. All brilliant.
Yeah. Lovely
Okay.
spec. Yeah. Did you do the work yourself?
I got face of them.
Yeah, okay. So you're considering a company let on this one?
I don't know what it is. I don't know if my guy told you. I'm desperate for money. It hasn't been empty in like 6 months.
It's been empty for 6 months.
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm skint.
Yeah.
So if you boys were going to take it, it was like, you got to take it.
Fast.
You got to take it like in the next 2 days.
Yeah.
If you're happy with it, we'll do a deal.
Okay.
Well, what company are you with?
Where's that Rent2Rent?
Okay. I never heard of them.
Yeah, it's me.
Is that you,
me.
is it?
It's me.
Well, you got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
How long you been going?
5 years.
Yeah. I want to just get rid of the house to get some money. You know, every room is done up for you, ready to go.
Yeah, it's perfect.
You know, you ain't got to do anything.
No.
Just a little bit. Front door he's doing.
Yeah.
You got to put a new
That's
front
right.
door in. And
Yeah.
the garden is cleaning up a bit.
And smoke alarm batteries.
Yes, right. I know he's taking all the smoke alarms off because one of them had heating on in here.
Okay.
And he's kept on going and taking the alarms off. Most of the smoke alarms are off. Got them all ready to go.
Yeah.
Bloody, you got that room?
Wow.
Good size. That's it, isn't it?
Yeah, it's lovely sound.
Nice size garden as well. The garden, like I said, it isn't good clean, but it's beautiful big garden.
Yeah. That's right.
I need to clean, but it's not a big deal, is it?
No, there's some weeks around, really.
Yeah, that's not a bedroom there.
Yeah.
Not big as upstairs, but decent, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it's a double.
They're all double,
bedroom,
yeah,
isn't
they're
it?
all double rooms there.
Yeah.
So double room there. Okay. And there's another one here, mate. You only see four rooms, 5 rooms. Another one here.
Yep.
All done up, it was all furnished, everything for you. Just spent £3 on the bloody furniture.
Yeah, yeah.
These
So
two-
is this your only property?
I got 2.
Okay. Is the other property let to a company?
Yeah, that's
let?
gone, that's gone.
To a company let?
No, Friday.
Okay, so you're considering company let on this one. Why?
I don't know, I just want to get rid of it quick
Yeah.
rather than messing around getting people in, you know. New boiler, new brand new kitchen. You've got what you call it in here, dishwasher, and another shower room here.
Okay.
I mean, I'm asking for 600 quid a room.
Yeah.
Right, the double room, I've actually rented two rooms, I've actually gone to pay deposit on it. So the room, as you walked up the stairs, room 4, and the double room, the big room, they're both gone actually. I've got 2 more people coming in now. So I've got 4 people taking it already, but if you guys got something in your pan, you want to do it.
Well, so the whole property, you've got rooms gone?
They're not gone yet.
Okay. So if I was to make an offer,
Yeah,
it's the whole property.
it's yours.
Okay.
But you've got to be quick because I ain't got.
I'll be quick.
I haven't got time.
Yeah, I'll be quick.
I'm skint basically.
Yeah, I'll get an offer to you by tomorrow morning.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah, okay.
What would you want to offer? Have you got anything
I need
there?
to go back and
You need to sit down and work on it.
I'll put a proper proposal together.
Yeah.
I might be able to offer asking, it might be a little bit below, I don't know, but we'll see. I'll try my best, I will try my absolute best, and I'll move
What about
fast.
the bills?
I'll pay the bills.
That's
Literally just, I will become your sole tenant.
And you look after yourself. Maintenance.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
Light maintenance, if you know.
Yeah, nothing major, structural.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
obviously anything like I understand. What you're
Yeah, basically I'm your sole tenant, I
Yeah.
look after
That's
all
what
the
I really want.
sub-tenants. Me and you deal with each other.
saying. Do you know why I want that? I don't want that aggro coming around here, someone's gone wrong with this and he's done this and this. It's all your problem.
Yeah, that's
Nothing
why
to do with me.
That's why you want to work with
That's
a
what I
company.
want. That's all it is, nothing else.
Yeah. Okay,
Alright.
we'll do our best.
Yeah, you can take it over and give me a good deal on it. Like I said, I can get 3.8 for it. Because that one room upstairs, that double room,
Mhm.
you only for 7.5.
Yeah, that looks-
And somebody's he's actually going to put a deposit on it. He wants it. We've got a couple going at it.
yeah, okay.
Alright?
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
Brilliant. How perfect was that? He explains exactly why he wants to work with the company and he doesn't want to manage anything to do with that property himself. He doesn't want to manage tenants. He doesn't want to come and do minor maintenance. He's happy to look after the structure and everything to do with landlord's responsibilities. Literally ticks all of the boxes. I know already that if I was to send a contract to him, there would be no negotiation. He's looking for a long-term let, guaranteed rent, someone who can just take control of everything. He said it himself, so we got to move fast on that one. We got to get an offer across tonight. Yeah, let's just see what we can do, but if we can't offer asking, then at the end of the day, what a landlord's willing to drop in, because he's going to look at what he could get from individual tenants and him managing. At the end of the day, there is a cost for peace of mind, and that's what we bring to landlords, peace of mind. Next steps: go home, stack the offer, do the due diligence on spare room, test the demand in this area. It's central Bristol, the demand is strong. I just need to look at the room rates, put that through the calculator and work out exactly how much I can offer him. Send the agent an offer as soon as I can. I'll get it all done before I go to bed tonight. You know, you got to do whatever it takes. You got to move fast. He's got other viewings. You know, if I was to wait until Friday afternoon, let's say I was still on a job and, you know, we're not going to get back till 8:30. I've got kids. Going to get home. It's going to be, you know, it's a long day on the road. I'll make the offer. Where when I was in my job before and I was building this business, I stayed up till like 1 o'clock in the mornings. I'd done a 13-hour round trip where I drove to Brighton to view a few properties and then drove all the way home in one day, then stayed up till 1 a.m. doing the due diligence and getting the offers together for the agent to come in the morning at 9 o'clock, open the emails and boom, 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 boom. All the offers in the emails, structured correctly, you know, and that's how you get offers accepted. Being proactive, moving fast. I had a phone call from an agent on a 4-bed HMO once, and I drove down to view it that day, submitted the offer the same day, and the next morning the offer was accepted. In 22 hours, it come from the phone call to offer accepted and contract signed. Contract signed in 22 hours. Where if somebody else had found the same property, they might take a bit longer or view it another time and just slow down, or I'll do that after work. It's gone. That property's gone. It's gone to someone like me who can move fast, is proactive, and that's what you really need to be when you're new, is move fast, be proactive.
Right, now we're going to stack this 4-bed potential serviced accommodation. We're going to use Property Market Intel, which is a paid for kind of subscription software based, and we're also going to do due diligence on Airbnb. The whole process of this is to reassure ourselves that if we can find a comparable doing well in the immediate area, then we can rest assured if we do a similar spec, if not better. And we're going to optimize our listing to perform better than our competitions anyway, because a lot of people do not know how to optimize their Airbnb. Their booking.com use a channel manager. There's so much to it. Nightly rates, the QR code to convert to direct, everything, the listing, the SEO. They don't know how to do it, so we do a lot better job than most amateur hosts, so yeah, let's see what comparables we can find. Okay, so this is Property Market Intel. Let's have a quick look on here. First things first, I'm going to put in the postcode here, pulls up our area. Then I'm just going to have a look on Google Maps on my phone to really find out exactly where that area is again. Okay, so as you zoom in, PMI will show you comparables. So actually, looking at it, we only have one property operating in this area. Let's have a look. The figures look good, bringing in a revenue of nearly £50,000 at ADR of 196, 70% occupancy. And if we open this will pull up the Airbnb link. So it's a 4-bedroom house. Perfect. Ours is a 4-bedroom house. Let's have a look at the spec of it. Right, they've taken the pictures at night time, so it's a bit dark and dingy. It's not great. We can certainly do the same, if not better spec than this. This isn't out of our reach at all. If anything, it looks exceptionally similar. Very similar style property, so perfect. Let's have a look. Let's have a look here. 48 reviews. They're a super host. June is all gone. July is looking very good. Look at that. First week of July gone. Second week of July pretty much gone. And weekends, August is still looking good. So let's have a look at their nightly rate. So 14. Always choose the earliest Monday and see if you can check out Thursday. Choose 2 guests. Okay, they are 162 a night. Write that down. 162. I don't think we're going to find any more comparables. So 2 days ago, a week ago. So they are getting active bookings in exactly the same area as our property. Ours is up here somewhere. Let's zoom out a little bit. PMI is good for this sort of rating. Having a look at the seasonality, we want that fairly high. 80 plus is good. It's an A-, which is good. This down here gives us saturation levels. So 1 bed, take up 57% of the market. So that's quite saturated with 1 beds, right? 2 beds is 20%, not too bad. 3 beds, perfect. 4 beds, not enough to give us really any data. So 4 bed, 3 bed is where we want to sit. So if you're looking for a 3-bed property in this area, this is looking good. What you can do is draw a custom location, zoom out, it always reverts back to Glasgow, really frustrating. Zoom back into the area we want to look at. We were Cheswick Park, and then what you can do is draw a location. So let's cover this radius, and what we want really, there's enough comparables, this should sit in the green, but it's not. So we can clear the area, draw another one, go bigger, still not enough. Let's go even bigger. Okay, we're in the green. Update. Here's all of the properties within that area. So 4 beds is 6%. What we really want to be sitting between is like 8 and 16%. 3 beds is 10%. Okay, so it's still good. All of these properties within the area. So ours is here. So we've got, one, I'd say pushing it 2 comparables. So this is a 3-bed, 140. Let's have a look at this one. So again, a good clean basic spec. Our property would sit as a comparable with this one because it's a similar style home. 89 reviews. It's a 3-bedroom sleep 6. Yep, okay. June's gone, July is pretty much gone. That's pretty cool. Let's have a look what they're charging per night. 155. They're on a channel manager because there's no service fee. Cool, let's write that one down. 155. So I would say there's only 2 comparables really, which is a bit of a shame. Let's have a look just using Airbnb. Right, so let's go back to the main Cheswick Village search. Let's filter. Let's go 3 beds plus. Okay, let's just zoom in a minute, use that map. Let's go 4. Here's our 4 beds. The property we viewed is in this location. This will definitely class as a comparable, but we got 162 when we went to book it. 335, stunning spacious house. Doesn't sound like it would be a comparable. And it's got a gym, kind of conservatory. Yeah, we can't do that in that house. This one down here, let's have a look. It's a flat, no reviews. Right, can't class that as a comparable because there's no previous data, but they've optimized it. Look, Sleeps 8, contractors, free parking. Yeah, this is perfect. They might have even downloaded my template. This is pretty much my type of template for the listing. Let's good. So they've got no bookings. This is why we take it on a conservative basis, because imagine if you're that nightly rate and your calendar's just sat empty with no bookings. I would say we can't go outside this area. There is our comparable. Okay, so we've got 2 comparables, and that was these 2, and they are the 2 closest. So then you just take the average, and it's going to be, let me just work it out, 162 plus 155 divided by 2, 158. There is our nightly rate, 158. So I like to sit on the slightly conservative side because we're going to be a brand new property. We don't want to compete with already established properties. So let's go 150, which is cheaper than both of them, but not too much. And we want to be taking on properties where the calculation is based on 50% of the month booked and we break even. So what we're going to do now is 150 times 15. That's half of the month booked. There is our revenue. We're going to take away 18% Airbnb commissions. That's considering every single booking is done through Airbnb, which it won't be because we will be converting to direct. But again, we want to stay on the conservative side. So that brings us down to 1845. We're going to take off £500 in utilities and bills and council tax, etc. We're left with 1345. Considering the landlord is looking for 2,400 and we can offer 1,400, it's not looking good. It's £1,000 lower, and it's solely based on the comparables, or the lack of. There's 2 comparables. They're charging 155 a night on average. So this is where it comes down to, do you want to take the risk to take it on based on no comparables? Do you know the area better than anyone else because you might have operated in that area before? What we also can do is go back on PMI, look at smart rates for that area. We're going to drag it to 3 to 4 beds. It can sleep up to 8 people, and press search. Again, you can see here, it's about 160 is the average. 168, 168. And we're in the high season. Imagine the low season. It's going to be a lot lower. You can see it here. Low season, 138. So this property isn't going to work, I'm afraid. Not at the rent the landlord is looking for. We will make the offer, but we have to tread carefully. I'm going to call the agent and say, look, I've stacked it. There's not many comparables. I don't want to insult anybody. Then if they want to receive an offer, then they've asked for the offer. And I prepared them saying I don't want to insult anybody. But in my mind, I always think it's better to give them an offer than not give them an offer at all and just blame the strategy. There's not enough comparables. We haven't operated in this area before. We're not going to take it on as a risk. And I advise you guys to do exactly the same. Do not take on a property on a risk. Base it on comparables in the immediate area and their nightly rates. Use property market intel. If you're thinking about taking on a property, just get property market intel for a month. £35 for a month. You get a 7-day trial. Just use the 7-day trial. Do the due diligence and then cancel your subscription. Because this is an agent, I am going to formalize the offer. I'm going to give them a call tomorrow before I just send over an offer and prepare them for my offer. But it doesn't matter how much lower, we are always still going to make an offer. That's it. Service, accommodation, due diligence, done. So let's just recap, right? We viewed the property. Really, we should be running a spare room ad, but obviously this landlord wants it urgently. I know the area, so I don't need to test the area. But if you're going into a new area, you should test it. And that is running a dummy ad on spare room. I'll explain more on that in a sec. Once you've tested demand and you've got 3 messages from potential tenants on spare room within 3 days, but the landlord said we need to make an offer ASAP. Obviously he's got other tenants interested as well, so we have to move fast. We advertise the rooms at average room rates, right? Not what people are willing to pay or what's on the face of spare room. I'll show you exactly how to do that. And then we're going to take all of that information, the council tax, all of the rates, electric, Wi-Fi, and put it into a calculator. Then and only then we will have a final offer that we can submit to the landlord. So let me show you how that process all works. Okay, so we're going to go on to spare room. By this point you should definitely have the postcode. Just put in the first 3. So what we're ideally looking for is at least 1-to-4 ratio, so 100 rooms available to 400 people looking. So that means the demand is more than the supply, obviously. So we've got 141 there. How many people are actually in need of rooms? 700 plus, perfect. Then instead of taking these room rates, scrolling down here, we don't take these. Spare room have a huge database of information. We're going to click this button here, check average rents in this area. Then, because all of the rooms are doubles, Bristol is BS5, doubles, bills included, yes, we will be paying the bills. So yeah, Bristol, BS5, double, yes. There is our double room rate, our average double room rate per month. Okay, £700 to rent to tenants for £700. So then what we're going to do now, come over to the qualifier, right? So what we're going to do is just populate this. This is obviously on the mentorship calculator, but if you guys need this calculator, leave a comment, HMO calculator, and I'll send it to you for free. Click here. So we want to get an accurate, we don't want to be guessing anything. So then it will load this, scroll down till you see your property, then obviously take note of what the annual council tax is, come back to your calculator and put it in here. These are gas and electric rates for per bedroom. These are the averages we've come up with in the mentorship. As long as you're actively managing the house, if you leave it to the tenants to take control of the heating, you can say goodbye to these rates. This is actually vital to whether you price yourself outside of the market or not. Now, the landlord is actually looking for 3,200. Okay, so then we just make our way down this calculator, broadband, cleaner. Okay, so this is a 6-bed. It's probably going to be 2 hours in the communal space. So I'm going to go for 75. TV license, yep, that's up to date. Gardener, yes, the garden did need maintaining. I'm going to reduce that slightly because that's a smaller garden than the previous one that I stacked. Then here is the room rates. So we have 6 double bedrooms. That room rate we found earlier, we just populate in here. So we can bring in a revenue of 4,200. Now, 2 of the bedrooms were very big. They were large. So we can 100% get more than an average double. Probably 750 quite easily. But I'm going to just play it conservative because we never ever want to go outside of conservative unless you really know the area. So now we can bring in a revenue of 4,260. The landlord's looking for 3,200, so this is looking quite good. In my calculator, you can set what you want to make in terms of profit. So it's a 6-bed. Let's say I want to make £700 profit per month. There is our offer to the landlord, 2,776. So just to show you that, go back up to the rent, 2,776, and the profit should be £700. £700. So the landlord is looking for 3,200. This is just over £400 lower for peace of mind, right? For everybody to take the stress away from the landlord. You heard it from the landlord himself.
Do you know why I want that? I don't want that aggro coming around here. Someone's gone wrong with this and he's done things. It's all your problem.
Yeah, that's
Nothing
why
to do with me.
That's why you want to work.
That's what I want.
He doesn't want to deal with anything. So that's peace of mind. How much is peace of mind per month to the landlord? Would he put £400 to that peace of mind? I'd say so. We've had mentees £960 lower than the asking rent accepted. I've had £1,000 knocked off of the rent accepted. It happens. This is only £400. So this is looking very, very good. Okay, what we're going to do now, and I don't always advise this, is we're just going to make an offer through WhatsApp because this agent has been messaging through WhatsApp and he needs a decision. He needs an offer from me as soon as possible. There's other people involved. The landlord's keen to move fast, as you heard earlier. So instead of formalizing it through email, I'm just going to ping them the figure that we can offer them. And if they're interested, then we can go through the formalities. Okay, so this figure comes down to your profit margin. £700 for a 6-bed HMO is a conservative figure, right? We want to be making at least £600 because it's 6 tenants. At least £100 profit per tenant. So that's what we're going in for, £700 profit. You could go for less. It's just managing 6 tenants can be quite a headache. Make it worth your while. Okay. Thank you for arranging the viewing today. The property is nice. Happy to make an offer of 2,770. We would be paying all bills and minor maintenance for the duration of the term. I appreciate this is lower than what the landlord is looking for, but I'm afraid we can't get near this because of the business model. Blame the business model because it is the business model's fault we can't offer near what they're looking for. Yes, we want to pay the landlord what they're looking for. No, we don't want to negotiate, but we have to. Otherwise, there's no money to be made. That's business. It has to be a win-win. So if 2,770 doesn't win for the landlord, he won't accept. We could pay 3,200, but it's not going to be a win for us, so we won't do it. It has to be a win-win situation. So here we go. Ready? 3, 2, 1, send. So that's it. That's the HMO due diligence and our offer submitted. We'll wait to see what comes back from this and take it to the next steps.
What I also just quickly done is stack that 4-bed SA in Bristol as a HMO. Using spare room average room rates, it still doesn't look good. 725 for a double, 585 for a single. Ran that through the calculator at a £500 profit margin for running a 4-bed HMO, which I think is fair. The max offer I can offer to the landlord is 1,650. That's a bit better than SA, but considering they're looking for 2,400, 1,650, quite a bit of a drop, but I'll still propose it. Like I said, an offer is better than no offer. So I'll propose 1,650 to the agent tomorrow and see what they come back with. Cool, let's go to bed.
Okay, so we sent the offer last night. Just heard back from the agent. Kindly let me know the following things so I can negotiate with the landlord. So it's not a flat out no, you know? So that's a good sign. Duration of the contract. When are you willing to take the property? When are you willing to pay the deposit if we come to an agreement? I'm gonna go back to him now with 3 options. And usually I would use ChatGPT to do this, but I just still want to play it very casual until we get to an offer accepted. What you could do at this point is use ChatGPT to structure your 3 offers, but I'm just going to type it in the WhatsApp chat here. So we have duration of contract, which I've gone through. When are you willing to take the property on? I pretty much covered that. When are you willing to pay the deposit? Okay, hi, good morning, 3-year contract. No rent-free period, ready to take on within 7 days. 2-year contract, 2 weeks rent-free period. 1-year contract, 1 month rent-free period. We're ready to go. So that's now sent. We'll just wait to hear back. So what we're going to do now is call the agent about this 4-bed and make an offer over the phone, because it's a bit lower than what the landlord's looking for. So just watch. I'll show you how I approach this.
Hello, Jeanette.
Hi, is that Lily?
It is speaking.
Oh, hi, it's Kenny. We viewed the 4-bed yesterday.
Hello, Kenny. You okay?
How are we doing? So I ran some numbers yesterday on both business models, and the best price I can come up with isn't anywhere near the asking price. So I don't want to insult anybody, but is it worth me making an offer?
Probably not, if I'm honest, no.
Okay, yeah, I can't get anywhere near it.
Yeah, that's completely fine. Yeah, knowing that landlord, I can't see that he's going to take less.
Yeah, I mean, we'd be taking on the bills, the council tax and everything. We'd just be paying the rent. So I'm not sure if that helps, because if he's got it advertised at 2,400 with the impression he's paying the bills.
I don't know if that one has bills I've included as advertisement.
Okay, so yeah, that's fine then.
Yeah, no, that one is bills excluded.
Yep, okay, then let me know if you think it's worth making an offer, but like I said, we can't get anywhere near it.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I think, to be honest, Kenny, it's probably not worth it at this stage, just because I think he would probably say no.
Yep, okay. All right, well, you know where I am if, you know, any other opportunities come up. I'm always up for coming up for a viewing.
Yeah, no problem at all. We'll keep you in mind.
Okay, thanks, Lily.
Thank you.
Take care, bye. That's the nature of the beast. If we can't get anywhere near it, we don't just send an offer. We ring them up and prepare, and you know, that call went perfectly. That's how to handle that. And this is a numbers game, guys. It's fine. We've made 16 phone calls. We went on 2 viewings. We've got HMO, which is this close to potentially being accepted. Made a great connection with an agent that we know is going to bring us more viewings. Even though that hasn't been accepted, don't take that as a defeat, because it doesn't mean we're defeated. It's like, this is a numbers game. We just get back on the phones, build our pipeline for next week.
Okay, let's give you guys an update of exactly where we are at. So HMO offer accepted. They're pushing for a deposit. So what we need to do now is find an investor. I've let the community know. I've sent an email out to my list. This is the importance. If you're looking to be a deal sourcer, you need to have the trust of people. I have the trust of many, many people, including my students. So this deal is already sold. Before it even went out on my email list, I had quite a few messages saying they'll take it, they'll take it, they'll take it. The trick is now is, how do you hand this property over? Because the agent and the landlord has accepted an offer from me. So how do I now transition it to somebody else who's buying a deal? And the way to do that is tell them that you had multiple offers out the same week and you're inundated with offers accepted closer to home, right? But I'm actually going to introduce someone who is doing exactly the same business model and working alongside me. Would you mind if I introduce them? So that's how we're going to play it. We also want to run a spare room advert and get it solidly tested before we sign a contract. And we're going to be running that over the weekend prior to paying a deposit, right? So this is real fine details now. This is exactly how you need to do it, because we don't want to be signing contracts before we have fully tested the demand, collected demand and potential tenants. Only then we can sign contracts.
Hello, mate.
Hey, Andy. They were pressing hard Friday for the deposit. And This is the latest. So I'm really trying my best to get the deposit off. So this is the latest. Hi, ready to move forward. Can we please use the reposit scheme for landlords? It saves us tying up to $850 in a deposit protection scheme. He said the amount you pay in reposit scheme will be non-refundable. I will consult the landlord and give you the response. And please let me know when you're going to take the keys and pay the rent. I said, hi, yes, we fully understand the reposit scheme. We would organise it our end and send you the certificate of insurance. The landlord is more protected. We don't tie up a large lump sum. He said the landlord will most likely go for the deposit instead of a reposit scheme, but I will try and convince him. If he disagrees on the reposit, can I negotiate the deposit on your behalf? So I said, okay, I understand landlords typically go for the deposit. We would require proof that it is in a deposit protection scheme if that's the case. It's just because, you know, a lot of them would just take the money and not put it in a scheme. So hopefully that scares them off of it. I said it's just a shame to tie up a huge amount to be sat there for 3 years. Happy for you to work your magic. Sure, no problem. I'll get back to you shortly. And that was at 9:45. So have you been hitting the renew button on the ad quite often, like every couple of hours?
I've been not every couple of hours, but I have been pushing it a couple of times a day. I'll renew it again in a minute. But I had another 2 people last night. One of them was slightly older. He was like called George, whatever. He said he's in his early 40s, but he was like a school teacher.
Yeah.
Said he was like really
okay.
All the rest of it. I had another lad. Yeah, I had another lad who messaged as well, and he said that he literally works just down the road from Nags Hill. He's like a social worker.
Yeah. Does this put a bit more confidence that you can fill the rooms now?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So that's 6 people in 2 days.
Yeah.
So spare room, we've got 6 solid tenants. So we've tested demand, and now we're good to go. So you're confident you can move forward.
Yeah,
I'm confident you'll fill those rooms anyway because it's in a good area, but it's, you know, it's always nice to test it.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. It's just nice to have that little peace of mind.
Okay, so should I send you an email of the next steps and we'll go from there?
Yeah, that sounds good, mate, yeah.
All right, and then as soon as I hear from the agent, then we can get things moving.
Yeah, okay, that sounds good. Send me an email or whatever, or text or something, and then, we'll go from there.
Yeah. All right, bro.
All right.
Cool. So that's the investor on board. We put up a spare room advert on Friday to test demand over the weekend. That's 6 messages. We only look for 1 message per day for 3 consecutive days. As soon as you get 3 messages inside 3 days, you pull the trigger. That is enough demand. Even though it's minimum, it's enough demand to fill the rooms before the rent is due again. That's it. We just collected the sourcing fee from the investor. You can see it's there. £3,000 today, date at the top, for the HMO deal. It's done. That's how you sell a deal. You have trust. You send emails, you let your network know, and inundated with messages, and it's first come, first serve. So that's it. Build trust with your network. That's how people move fast, right? Because we don't want to find a property and then find an investor. Build trust with a network, then find a property, and selling a deal is easy. That's how you deal source. So we made the offer on this HMO on Thursday evening. The offer was accepted Friday morning. We ran a spare room ad to test the demand, and this is really important. Let me show you. So here's the ad that we listed, and this is really important. Available now. Make sure you're advertising it as available now. You want to test the demand right now, not when the property is actually available. Make the first image, you know, clean, presentable. You don't want just a few pictures. You want the kitchen, you want the bathrooms. You want people to get, okay, this is the house, there's communal space, this is what the rooms could look like, okay? And then you want the spare room average room rates. A really good description, such as this. We're happy with smokers, couples is a no. 18 to 30, we don't really want to attract people over 30 because the majority of people that will be renting rooms in cities are between the age of 18 and 30. And obviously we need to pay for this advert to go live, so we are free to contact on an unlimited basis. And then what we're looking for at least 1 message per day. And within this, we've got a lot of messages, and I'll cover the names for GDPR reasons, but each one of these are messages. Right, all we're looking for is 3 messages within the first 3 days. So 1 message per day, genuine tenant that is interested, then we would take the property on. But look how many messages we've had. So yes, there is clear demand in this area. We're happy to take the property on, sign the contract. So here's the HMO, we're back. Here's Andy, who bought the deal from me. Hi. Thank you very much, Andy.
No worries, man.
Let's have another look around then, shall we?
Cool.
Bedroom 1.
Bedroom 1 needs a little bit of tighten up to make it feel a bit more homely. Bedroom 2, again, same thing. Nice size, just needs tighten up. Through to one of the communal areas, again, I'll just sort of tie up, make it look a bit fresh. Brand new kitchen, just needs some bits doing. Lovely bathroom, again, nice shower in there. Here is the main communal area. Place for him to eat, socialise. Again, just needs a bit of tidying up, nothing major. Put some art on the walls, etc. Make it feel a bit more homely. Bedroom 3, again, decent size, loads of space, loads of storage.
How much are you going to rent this room out for?
This one, 725. Bedroom 4, again, decent size.
All come furnished as well, doesn't it? The wall art.
I do, yeah.
Everything's included.
New mattresses, so just got to put some mattress protectors on. Room 5, nice, decent room, decent size. He's going to sort out that. That's all good. Shower room 1. So this is the second shower room, but the first one on this floor. And then another shower room. So there's 2 shower rooms on this floor. So 3 bathrooms in total. And then through to the biggest room, room 6. And this is quite a size of a room.
How much are you going to rent this one out for?
This one's going to be closer to 800. I think again, just sort of make it look a bit neater, a bit tidier, and I think it'll be happy days.
Yeah. So Andy, what do you think?
Yeah, good. Yeah, really enjoyed it. I'm happy that this is mine and I'm going to be moving it forward. It was a good deal. Sorted me out. Yeah. Thank you very much, mate.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah. So I'll come back when you're finished.
Yeah.
Show these guys exactly what it looks like in another YouTube video. But yeah, that's it, guys. That's how you find a deal, sell it to an investor. It's not that hard. You just got to pick up the phone.
For instance, if I wanted to put a little bit of colour on a wall, or maybe every now and then.
No problem.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah.
Anything major, you let me know.
Yeah, yeah.
Anything like if you want to change anything around, that's nothing.
Yeah. Okay.
That's no problem. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Right, you got another shower room here.
Oh yeah, I do.
Another shower room here.
Oh, there's 3, is there?
Yeah, another one here. Look.
Oh bloody hell. That's handy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's good, man.
That is handy.
Like I said, it all needs a good cleaner, right? You haven't put these up. I don't know what you're doing. So if you know the fire alarm, they've got to be just put up, alright?
Yeah, yeah.
That's not a major thing, but we'll get the door fixed. I've got somebody to clean the garden.
Yeah.
Clean all the grass, make it all nice.
There we are, guys. I have literally just proved from 16 phone calls, random agents, okay, got a viewing booked in, secured the deal, sold it to an investor. I made £3,000. The investor is going to make £720 profit from managing this property, all from 16 phone calls. So if I can do it, you can certainly do it. And don't forget to click the link in the description. Shows you a free training, even though this was a free training, and shows you everything in very much detail. I put a hell of a lot of effort into making this video just for you guys. So I'd highly appreciate it. A like, a comment, subscribe, anything. Just tell me, was this valuable? Let me know and I'll run it all again. I'll do another one. Just let me know, was it valuable? Thank you for tuning in. If you made it this far, I highly appreciate you. See you soon.